Welcome back. In this video, we are going to talk about relay modules. In the previous video, if you watched that one, I talked about discrete inputs. Now, we have to go ahead and take that discrete input. We're sending information to the PLC. Now we need to send information out to turn on something like a light or maybe a contact or a relay. So I'm going to be using the relay module in this video. In later videos, I'll get into a discrete module to explain how discrete modules work, how they get wired up, stuff like that. But in this video, it's mostly going to be about those relay modules. And I'm going to try to give you a little bit of a comparison of why you would buy a relay module versus a discrete module. Because they both kind of have the same capabilities in the fact that they turn something on or turn it off. There's no variability, it's on or it's off. So let's go ahead and take a look at a relay module on my PLC in operation. For me to set this module up and actually be able to run it for you guys, I did have to do a little bit of programming, which I will explain all about that in one of my next videos. So how this works is I'm going to press this button, this light comes on, okay? My module is right here. You can notice that my number 2 output is turning the little red light on, okay? Now, I want you to also listen and hear what's happening here. So when I press the button, can you hear that? That's not the button. That is actually the module itself. How a relay module works is it's very similar to an actual relay, where there is just a normally open and a normally closed contact. And all we're doing is we're closing that contact, sending power to somewhere. So if you understand relays, a relay module is super simple. So let's go ahead and I'm going to show you guys the data sheet and I want to look at the wiring a little bit. So here I am at the AutomationDirect website. I'm just going to show you which one I picked and some of the reasons I picked it. So the main reason that you would want to go with a relay output is because you're trying to turn on something that is extremely powerful and requires a lot of amps. So if you go ahead and look at, there's 3 different types of relay outputs right here. And you can notice that this one is a 7 amp out or slash points. While this guy right here is a 3, and then this one right here is a 2, okay? Now, if you were to compare this to just a regular discrete output module, they can handle about 1 amp. So this one here can handle not only a lot of amps, it also can handle a high amount of voltage. So this is extremely high, while this one over here is going to be a 6 to 24 or a 6 to 120 volt, okay? And then the big difference between these two is just how many points it also has. So the one that I have selected to use is this guy right here. And we can go look at it. And I'm going to just go down right to the technical specifications and we can start talking about this guy. Okay, so looking at this thing again, we can see that we have 8 outputs. So if we were to go through and count up each one of these things, we've got 8 of them. Some of them are normally closed, as you can see right here. It's also explained right here. And it's explained in the style of a relay and like a single pull, double throw, or a single pull, single throw, okay? So those are kind of how the module is going to work. It gives you some just information on the voltage it can handle. One thing that I want to point out that is really bad is going to be the off to on response right here. So take a look at this guy. It's going to be 10 milliseconds, which we were talking about milliseconds with our input module, and it wasn't like 10 milliseconds doesn't seem like that long, like it seems really fast. But when you compare this with a discrete module, I want to say there's something like 0.5 milliseconds to go on to off. So this thing is very slow, but it's very powerful. Also, we have the ability to isolate each one of these contacts. So if I wanted to say this top set right here was going to be 120 volts, it could be 120 volts. If I had this next contact and I wanted it to be 24 volt DC, I could do that too. I could make each one of these a different voltage or do a different thing. There's a couple good things about having a relay output. You just have a lot more variability and flexibility, but again, it is a lot slower. So it's not going to be able to do some high speed type things. And I just want to again point out how many amps it can handle right here. This is going to be a 3 amper. All right. So if we go down a little bit, we can start taking a look at our wiring diagram here. So internally, it's just going to operate basically like a regular relay. we're going to close the contact, sending power out to my load. And this thing is just drawn the exact same way. I'm going to supply voltage to my C1, and then I'm going to connect my load to my other to my normally closed or my normally open contact on my relay. And then I'm going to connect it back into whatever that power is. So that way, basically when I press the button or I activate that contact, it is connecting the 2 to the 1 or the 2 to the 3, depending on which way you got this going, and sending power out. All right, so let's go ahead and go back to our PLC board, and I'm going to go over that wiring in real life. I'm going to start over here at my terminal block. I want to remind you that this terminal block is controlled by my master relay or safety relay. So if the e-stop or some sort of emergency does happen, hopefully, in a real life application, there will be other things that turn this relay off. It will kill all the power to this terminal block that goes to my relay output, or to any output. But so basically there's 4 wires coming off here because I've hooked up 4 different outputs. You can see the red wire, they're the ones that are coming from my terminal block over here, are going to the C1. I've got another red wire going to the C2, one that goes to C3, and one that goes to C4. A reason I did this is, remember how you can isolate all of the different contacts in one of these modules? Well, that also means that we have to hook up a different wire to each one of those contacts. So I went ahead and did that. That's all my red wires are just incoming power that, again, is controlled by my safety relay. Now all the blue wires are going to go down into my light panel. So you can see that there is 4 blue wires going into that, and then I have 1 black wire that will be going back up into here and then over into my terminal block to give my negative power to my lights. Now inside my light panel is much like my push button panel, where I have that black wire giving my negative power to each one of my lights, and all I've done is I've hooked them all into parallel. And then I've given each wire, it's going to go, or each of these blue wires goes back to one of my contacts in my relay module. So that way I can control them individually, but I didn't have to run a bunch of negative wires down into my panel. You absolutely could run a different wire into each one of these lights. I just did this for simplicity. All right, that concludes my video on relay modules. If you guys have any more questions, please leave them in the comments below. Just remember that a relay module acts just like a regular relay, where all you're doing is you're connecting a contact internally inside of that module that will then flow that power out to wherever you need it to go. So that's all I got, and hope you guys figure it out and have a good day.